Hi guys, this is Edoardo from Olamot. Olamot is a death metal project based in Italy, whose official members are Daniele Boccali, guitarist and composer, Matteo Vitelli, singer, and me, Edoardo Casini, soloist and lyricist and concept writer. The meaning of the band's name is basically the astral doors in the Kabbalah. So Olamot refers to the kingdoms, the spiritual kingdoms in the Kabbalistic lore, and it's related to all the world of esoteric teachings and spirituality. Path of Divinity is the second album that we released. We released a 4 tracks EP called Realms in 2022 via Little Sister Records, and it's the following up to the first album, this time with 9 tracks, 1 intro and 8 full-blown tracks. And the lyrics on this release are related to a concept that I wrote that's related to a story that I have invented regarding the main character whose name is Raziel, okay? And it's a story that it's going to be developed in 3 novels that I'm actually writing right now. And in the actual records, it's being told in a musical way, like sort of poetry. So every record follows up the story to the next chapter. The cover art, it's the cloning factory, referring to all the human cloning facilities all around the world, allegedly, that exist. And it's about the fact that Raziel, at the end of the first album, has been destroyed physically by God and has to be inserted into a new body. And this new body basically is a cloned body without a soul. Our cooperation with Little Sister Records has been starting many years ago, because I know all the guys, including Stefano Rossicciucci, who is the guitarist and composer behind many amazing bands like Blood Truth, Instigate, and now even Vomit the Soul. So when we first initially released Realms, the 4 tracks EP, in 2021, independently, we took it out of everything and re-released it after their proposal with Little Sister Records, which is our label. What do you do for your livelihood outside of music? Basically, music is my job. Right now, I also write books and many other things and do many other things. But basically, I live out of music. So I have my own label and music school called Ultimate Music Training. I produce bands, I make mixes and works in terms of production, teach guitar and manage the whole music school, which is Ultimate Music Training, and all its offshoots, because I have many bands. My interest and our interest in metal music started in 2001 when I was 11 years old. And my uncle gave me the first official Linkin Park release, Hybrid Theory. So out of the blue, I discovered everything related to rock and metal music. And from that point on, I started actually looking for all kinds of releases, and became an extreme passion for me. What obstacles have you faced as a musician, and how do you overcome it? The main obstacle for a musician is not only to reach a point where you make a living out of music, which is the goal of every artistic person, whether you are an actor, a musician, a writer, or anything like this, And to make a living out of music, you have to overcome many obstacles that are especially logistical obstacles. So people that start to live lives, outside your town, and you have to change the lineup of your band, or you need to find a way to finance your projects independently from music. So I had many jobs that are unrelated to music, even just to finance my projects along the years. But I overcame these these obstacles simply focusing 100% on my craft, because I have interviewed many successful musicians and producers and things like that, and they all told me the same thing. They all told me you have to basically, how do you say it, focus on music and your craft 100%, and then you're gonna find ways to overcome all these obstacles, whether they are financial, logistical, or any other things. Where, I write all kinds of music nowadays. Me as a person, I have an alternative rock project where I sing as well, and many other projects that are not strictly related to metal. But of course, I would love to collaborate with Maynard James Keenan of Tool and A Perfect Circle and Puscifer, because it's my favorite. Is my favorite singer. The evolution of metal over the years has been very interesting, although there are people who still do not accept the fact that metal is a kind of open genre, that can collaborate, can mingle with many other types of many other types of genres. So there are people that, for example, criticize bands like Bad Omens or Sleep Token because they think they are too commercial, and I don't believe that's the truth, because Sleep Token, for instance, is one of my favorite bands right now. The fact that they combine djent with kind of very low tune guitars and breakdowns and screaming with R&B and pop, I believe it's unbelievably great. And metal has been evolving in a very good way since many years ago, because I believe that it's one of those genres that can mingle, can mix with many things. So I'm really looking forward to the following evolutions of this amazing genre. And I am, and we are completely against AI in the artistic field, especially, So I'm talking about AI generated cover arts, AI generated videos, AI generated anything else, because I believe it's just like a way to destroy culture in a certain sense, And nowadays there are already song generators, there are already, of course, like Midjourney, art generators, and I don't believe the direction that AI has been taking is a good one, because many jobs and many kind of artists' jobs will disappear. So we'll have to organize in a way to be still relevant in the future. The first album I bought with my own money probably is Untouchables by Korn, or something like that, when I was like 12 or 13, or anything by Linkin Park. I can't remember exactly the single record that I bought, but so this is it. We're talking about more than 20 years ago. Weirdest fan interaction you've had? I had fans that covered my own songs live as well, and not only online. So they are basically people who really enjoyed my music, and they have, how do you say it? And they have appreciated my own music a lot, to the point where they made covers. So I believe this is the coolest and kind of weirdest fan interaction I've had. The first thing I do after a concert is just probably drinking some cold beer, or just relaxing after I took out all my instruments off stage, and I try to chat with the fans that have attended the concert. My favorite non-rock metal song probably is Hysteria by Def Leppard, and I love it. I love that kind of sound, generally, but I love many others non-metal songs. The future plans for Olamot, we are already working on our third album, and on the second album of the parallel project, Fictio Solemnis, which is basically the twin project of Olamot, where the story which is being told is seen from the perspective of the good character, Metatron. In fact, the second album by Fictio Solemnis will be called Metatron, while the third album by Olamot is going to be called Yallabayot, which is in the Gnostic lore, the king of the archons, and the story is going to be developing even more further, and the album is going to be even more extreme. So thanks for the interview. See you next time.